Hello guys, I am back. So last time we spoke, I shared with you guys how I got into the federal government. But what I didn't excuse me, what I didn't get to tell you guys is when I went in, for those who don't know the backstory, I don't want to go through the whole video again, to repeat the whole video, that is. So please check it out. And I'll try to, because I don't want this video to be too long. So when I did apply for the position, and then I went into the HR office, which you can do, and to see if there's a position available. And most times they'll tell you, yeah, we have a position, available and stuff, depending on if it's a hiring manager. Sometimes a hiring manager will go behind HR's back and stuff and try to get someone to come in, but they still have to go through the process unless they have some type of a critical need for a direct hire position. So which was the position that I applied for when I applied with the VA for the HR, as a HR assistant position, for the HR assistant position. So as I said last time in the video, when I went in and turned in my resume to the HR specialist and she reviewed it, now because there was a position available, and I think they had it opened and then it closed, and then they were about to have put it out again, announce it again, because they couldn't find any qualified applicants or anyone that they thought would have been a good fit for the position. So because there was a position and there was a critical need, because at the time they were short-staffed. There weren't a lot of HR assistants or HR specialists. So a lot of people were working. They were doing positions or working in positions or learning positions that wasn't really what they applied for. Although, in the federal government, you can only perform duties that's within your job description, but there's also, other duties as assigned. However, it has to be in that series. It has to be at that grade level and so forth. So when I turned in my resume and she reviewed it, because there was a position available, so they had the direct hire authority. So that enabled me to pretty much skip the whole process. Of course, you have to qualify. You have to be, you have to be able to perform the position, because, bringing anybody just because you really need people to work and stuff is not going to serve any purpose. So it has to be someone who's qualified. So gave in my resume. They had a critical need where they used the direct hiring authority to bring me in. And so once they brought me in, then I was able to, work in that position, learn and so forth. And then 6 months later, apply for another position, which I got accepted for. And then it was the HR training program with the Department of Navy. So yeah, so it's okay for you to reach out to HR and see if there's any positions. Most times they'll tell you go on usajobs, for you to look for any positions. But you can ask them, hey, no, I understand that I am actually in usajobs, but I just wanted to make sure, that I can reach out and find out if there's any positions that are set to open, and if there's any type of special hiring authorities that the managers are exercising right now, just so I'll know. And what is your office policy as far as different positions and stuff. So if that position has direct hiring authority, or if they have positions that has some type of direct hiring authority, they'll definitely take your resume and stuff. They'll take your resume, review it, and then put it in the pile with other people who have applied. And and the competitive process is a little bit easier because it's not really competitive, because there's a critical need. So now if there's a critical need and there are applicants who are trying to fill that need, then they try to move that process a little bit faster. Of course, you have to get vetted, do your background check, they'll do your depending on the agency, if there's any type of security clearance that you need, they'll have you fill out the EKIP. It's a system that they use online where it asks you, where you've been, pretty much where you've been, what you've done, who you know. And most of that information mirrors what's on your resume. So if you get through that process, you've interviewed and you've gotten, selected for the position, but they're still going through the vetting process. Oh, just because you are selected and you think you have the job, if you do not pass the background check, if they're, depending on the position, if there's a drug test, if you do not pass it, if you do not pass, if they found out something that you lied about, depending on what it is, and depending on the agency, and depending on the manager, and depending on what kind of pool the manager has, and depending on the critical need of that position, that's for any position, that is, then it's just a tentative job offer. It's not a guaranteed job offer. It's not a formal job offer. It's a tentative. So pretty much it's informal. So even if you get that, you're selected and stuff, you definitely have to complete the whole process, the whole hiring, onboarding process, before they can give you, issue to you your final offer letter. And the final offer letter, depending on if this is your first federal job and there is a critical need and they're able to be flexible, as far as that's usually for new employees going into the federal government, they are able to negotiate with you. But then I've seen applicants who are applying for regular positions that has so many other applicants that has applied, and so many other applicants that are qualified to fill that need, that position. Then they want to make it hard for themselves and want to negotiate and so forth. We can't tell you not to try to negotiate. However, we can tell you, oh, okay, so you want to, okay, well, we'll push your request to the hiring manager, because HR, we can't do it unless it's an HR position, and then, the HR manager can do it and so forth, if they have that authority, if they are able to do it. So yeah, so we'll push your request to the hiring manager, and then sometimes, depending on the hiring manager, they'll be like, okay, why is this person, and you don't know which level you were on the qualification as far as the referral list. If you met the highest level, or you were, on the bottom, the 70s list, 70 and above list. If you on the 90 and above list, then maybe, they won't be too offended and stuff, but you don't know what level you came in as. So I would probably say, yeah, you can, ask. But if they say, oh no, the hiring manager doesn't want to negotiate, or that's the level that all applicants are coming in, lies, all applicants are coming in and stuff, then there's no negotiation. But if they say, provide to me, most time they'll probably say it, even if they're going to say no, provide to me your W-2 forms, W-9, I mean, I guess civilian, any type of pay stubs for the last year or 2 years, depending on the position, depending on the agency. They'll ask you for your last pay stub and your W-2 and stuff to see if you actually have been paid the level that you're trying to get close to. So, once you provide that information, then they'll review it. Sometimes, if they do not have the authority, they'll send it to a review board, and then the review board will then discuss your application. And most times, again, depending on the position, a lot of the positions that I've seen that gone to the review board and got approved are usually medical positions, nursing, psych, pretty much medical positions. I haven't seen any lower level positions unless there's a critical need. Social workers, they've also, gone to the review board to pretty much see what they can do. Yes, working for the federal government has a lot of perks. However, because of the pay scale, because of the way the federal government works, they how can I say this without saying anything, too offensive? They don't pay a lot as comparing to what the regular job market is. So now, depending on the position, of course, if you're a doctor, and you can work your private practice, or you can work under another practice, and you have your flexibility and so forth on the outside, you'll probably be getting paid though. But then when you come and you apply for a position with the federal government, I think most people, when they apply for positions in the federal government, is because of the job security after they've met that probationary period, and that they can retire, and then you get benefits and so forth. I'm sure you get benefits if it's a state job, or depending on your employer, if they have severance packages and so forth. But there is a benefit to working in the federal government because you have job security. You won't find that the federal government is gonna, if it shuts down, you still get paid and stuff once they clear everything, once budget clears, through the head honchos, at the White House, Senate, all those people. So once that clears and stuff, you'll get paid. But the only difference that I see, or a good thing that I see that the federal government provides that the outside, that is not provided to employees on the outside, is that you have job security. So if that position, they're doing over, or they're doing away with that position, they'll find another position within the federal government to put you in. So they were not just gonna, let you go and stuff because, they're closing or whatever the case may be. So that's a great benefit that you have. You get federal holidays and so forth. So yes, so going back to the direct hiring authority. So you have that, and it pretty much allows you to get in without going through all the competitive process. However, you have to get vetted, and once you get vetted, background check and so forth, and you pass everything with flying colors, or you pass everything. And sometimes I've seen that depending on the position, depending on how desperate they are, they give waivers and stuff. So if that's available to you and stuff, then that's a plus. So, I say all that to say, when you're applying for these positions and stuff, and you want to know what hiring authorities are available, or what positions are going to become available, you can reach out to HR and stuff. And oftentimes HR will answer your question, and then sometimes the phone will ring forever, because I know I've been guilty of that. And the only reason why I've been guilty of that is because I've been so busy in trying to push out a lot of vacancies. And then once I finish pushing out the vacancies, and each vacancy close, at different times, so you have to hurry up and review everybody's resumes and stuff. And like I mentioned before, make sure you put everything on your resume. And a lot of a lot of applicants that I've reviewed their resumes, it's like I've had to search and search and search and search for the skills that they have, the duties that they've performed, the duties that meet the specialized experience for that position. So please do us a favor. A favor. Yes, my accent came out. Do us a favor and make sure you annotate every single thing. Make it clear. We don't really care as far as if it's bullet forms. I love the bullet forms. Because to me, it's clearer as opposed to writing the paragraphs. Other specialists may have, their own preference, but to me, and to, what I've seen, because we don't have that much time. We're supposed to, and we try to go through everybody's resume and stuff, and to go through every single thing on the resume, every job description and stuff. But sometimes it's difficult for us to catch a lot of things, especially if it's not, if it doesn't stand out to us. So, I would say, if you have, a few resumes that's in the paragraph form, I would say take the time to have it in bullet forms as well. And if you see that you apply for a position and you're not getting called, or you're not, it can be several factors on why you're not getting called. However, if you know that you've been doing, this job for like forever and stuff, and you are eligible to apply for the position, and you're not, your resume is not being forwarded to the hiring manager, but, your resume has been, reviewed and whatnot, and it's not being forwarded, then I would probably say try a different form, a different method in writing out your resume, just so, it can help us to review your resume and stuff, where we're not shorting anyone in, in a career, in a position, in a job. So definitely make sure you write out every single thing. Reach out to HR if you have any questions, and don't take offense if HR does not answer the phone, or isn't able to provide you any information, or, is telling you to just go to usajobs and stuff. They're busy. They have a lot. And I felt bad when I left my position, because the work that I was working on had to be passed on to someone else who was already swamped. And most of the time, because I guess if you're faster, you're working faster, or you're working, and then other people, other specialists have whatever issues, life, we're human, have other issues and stuff, and they can't come in, or whatever the case may be, the job still has to get done. So they'll forward, your information, your resume, your application. Somebody else is going to review it for you. So now, depending on the individual, depending on the level or amount of work that they have and stuff, if it's not clear, they're not going to be, able to see everything. And I know a lot of people say, not to have, I guess, more than 3 or 4 pages of resumes and stuff. I've reviewed resumes where, it's been maybe 10 pages. And of course, yes, it's time consuming, but depending on the resume or depending on the writer and stuff, if they put it in bullet form for me, it helps, because it's like when you put in bullet forms, the words pop out more as opposed to being, bogged into a paragraph. So, I review them, and depending on the resume, like I said, if the information is not there, we'll, keep looking. We're supposed to keep looking and stuff. And sometimes, like I said, if it's a lot of resumes that we're reviewing, a lot of specialists, gotta be honest, they don't go through all of it. So if you're gonna upload a resume, please do yourself a favor and upload a resume that is legible. I know all resumes are typed. However, comma, it seems as if the resumes aren't legible at all because of, the grammatical errors, the format that's used, the chronological order that's being used, if the resume is all over the place and stuff. Oh, make sure if you're applying for a position that you've performed the duties of that position for more than a year. 52 weeks. That's our magic number. For more than a year. If it's less than a year, if it's 10 months, if it's 11 months, we cannot let you go forward. We cannot say that you meet the 1 year specialized experience of the previous grade level. So it has to be more than 1 year. And I would say the best number is more than 1 year. And depending on how you put your dates on the resumes, because some people, the way I used to do it, when I've applied for positions, I've applied for a lot of positions, I would put the month and the year. And if I know that I wasn't there the whole time and stuff, I don't know how I should say this. Let's not say me. It'll come out better if it's not me. So if you've been in a position for 11 months and, and 20 something days and stuff, it'll behoove you to put 12 months. Because if you do not put 12 months equaling a year, equaling 52 weeks, sorry, we can't push you forward. We cannot, because it has to be 1 year or 52 weeks. So make sure, I know everybody wants to be honest, which we want you to be honest. Because, if you're not honest, then we can tell during the interview, when you're performing the duties and so forth. But if you've been working a position for about 11 months and some days and stuff, you have enough experience within that grade level for you to be able to apply for another grade level. So I would say, who's counting every single day? Because you don't know the exact date that you went in. So if you don't know the exact date that you went in and stuff, and you know the exact date that you're coming out, don't put October 1st, 2011 to, what is it? Wait, September, October, September 15, 2012. Just put October to October. October 2011 to October 2012 and stuff. A year. That's a magic number, 52 weeks. What else can I say? So yeah, reach out to HR. Ask HR if they have any hiring authorities that the managers are able to exercise. Is there anything that they can provide to you, any information? Because I know after some of my positions have closed that I've announced, the applicants will call me and they'll say, hey, I applied and stuff and I answered all the questions correctly. I'm like, what do you mean correctly? They say, yeah, because I'm an expert level at everything. I'm like, oh, okay. So then, depending on how busy I am, but if I'm not that busy, or, I'm feeling extra nice, because I know the struggle. I try to never forget where I came from. So, I'll take the extra time to review their application and stuff to see what it is that is stopping them from getting their application reviewed, or for them to not be eligible or qualify for that position. So, sometimes they'll ask me, or they'll tell me, yeah, I answered the questions correctly. I'm like, okay, you can answer the questions correctly, but did you pay attention to the specialized experience? What specialized experience? Dude, do that. You need to read. Again, my last video, I think I said it until I was blue in the face. I had a blue shirt on, so I can say I was blue in the face. That you need to, review the application, the whole application. Every single bit of the application, every single bit of the vacancy announcement. Vacancy is announcement, not application. But yes, you need to review and make sure that you're answering the questions correctly and stuff, and going back. And sometimes the system won't even let you go forward. If you're missing a question, it'll tell you need to go back, because most of the questions are required. There's some that are not required. But do yourself a favor and review the questions that you answered. But yes, review the whole vacancy announcement. Got some extra cheeks, right? Review the vacancy announcement. Once you review the vacancy announcement, you can see every single thing. And then, because you've seen every single thing, you give yourself the advantage of someone who is just trying to apply for the position that they're not qualified for, that they're not eligible for. So yeah, so review the vacancy announcements, and reach out to HR. Ask them, you don't know, what mood they're in, how, if they have a second or two that they want to, share, and not using it to decompose or decompress, because, it's a lot. Yeah, reach out to HR and stuff. And if you're a veteran, I would definitely say, go to, the agency. If you can go to the agency, to the HR department, and then tell them that, you went on usajobs, but, you didn't see a position or whatever. They'll probably tell you, okay, well, you need to go back, or whatever the case may be. But sometimes they'll give you information that you didn't think that you would have gotten. So, yeah. Never be afraid to ask a question, even if you think it's a stupid question, or if you're not going to get an answer for the question. But it doesn't hurt for you to ask the question, get a response and stuff. Sometimes there's clues in the response, there's answers in the response, or you try somebody else and stuff. Go back and try somebody else. But yeah, depending on the hiring authority that they have available, yeah, you'll be able to drop off your resume. Sometimes the hiring managers want to get the resumes, and then they'll push them to HR. Like, hey, somebody came into my office and this person is great. This person can do this. This person can do that and stuff. So this is the person that I want. Well, sir, we have other applicants that applied. So, well, I don't care. I want this person in there. So, yeah. So, definitely, if you really want something, you'll go for it. So, yeah, stop by HR, network, find out about the agency, make some friends and stuff. Even if you don't get it this time, there's always positions that's being announced, vacancies that's being announced. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're, hopefully you got a chance to review this video and stuff, that you're actually looking at the vacancy announcement, that you're putting all your skills, all of the job duties, the duty description, the whatever you've done in that position. Make sure you put every single thing, especially if you know in that position that these are things that need to be performed. Make sure you put that on there. Do not think, oh, well, I think they should know what I'm saying. No. If we can't see it, if we're tired, or we reviewed so many resumes and all the resumes start to look the same, and then you're thinking, hey, HR can see this? Okay. When you don't get called, you'll know that HR didn't see it, especially if you meet the qualifications, eligibilities, and so forth. But within the eligibilities, like I said last time, you have to provide the documents. Even though you say that you meet a certain eligibility, you have to provide the documents. If you don't provide the documents, then there is no way of us determining whether or not you're telling the truth without having the documents. And we cannot accept anything once a vacancy closes. We say you have, we leave a few days for faxed applications and stuff, but everybody has a computer. Everybody has been, know how to work the internet and so forth, depending, or everybody has someone who has access to a computer and stuff. So oftentimes we're just doing it out of tradition, but we're not really waiting for anybody to fax in a document. Like, really? You need to make sure you provide every single thing before the vacancy announcement closes. Make sure that whatever you're putting in there doesn't have any pictures. We don't want to see no pictures and stuff, because then it kind of makes it difficult unless the position requires a license or a license, because that's what I've seen, a license and stuff. If it's a driving position, one of those wage grade positions and stuff that are not in the GS level positions, and you need to provide a copy of your license, driver's license, or your medical license if you're in the medical field and stuff. Only those things, have no choice but to have your picture on there. But do not put your picture on the resume. Do not put your picture on the cover letter and stuff. It's not gonna help and stuff. And sometimes we cannot, depending on the agency, we don't even review it, because then people can come back and say, well, we are guilty of performing some type of prohibited practices and stuff, and that because you're this color, this complexion, this nationality, this that, that if you don't get the position, that's the reason why you didn't get the position. No, because we can't see anything but the resume. And so if you provide anything else, if it's a license and stuff, we'll review the license, make sure that you do have the license, that you do have, the required qualifications in that license. But other than that, we can't see color, creed, nationality, whatever the case is. So please do not add those things in there, because they're not going to help you. In fact, sometimes it hurts to have them, because then we can't really review them. At least I've found that we try not to look at them, because we don't want to be accused of whatever. Because I've seen that people who have applied, and then, or they know the individuals that applied, or they have somebody on the inside, and then this person gives them information that they shouldn't be giving them and stuff, and said, well, I don't know why this person, how this person got this position and whatnot. And then you applied and you are qualified, just like how I thought I was more than qualified and stuff, because we always have, I guess, a sense of pride in ourselves, and we know that we can do something and that we qualify. And then sometimes I don't know if we don't care, but sometimes we forget that somebody else may be more qualified than us. Then I've seen that applicants would submit some type of grievance and say that HR practice some type of prohibited hiring practice. And it's like, are you serious? How? Because this person got the position and I didn't. No, this person provided everything that they needed. They had everything on their resume. They were qualified. They uploaded their documents, which is why this person got the position. So yeah, I mean, it's sad, or it hurts when you don't get something, but think about the reason why you don't get it, and make sure you improve later on. And like I said, reach out to HR, and HR can let you know that, well, you weren't eligible because you didn't upload this document. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, we don't see it. Oh, okay. Oh man, I thought I uploaded it. Who is that hurting? That's hurting you. So make sure you review every single thing. Reach out to HR and stuff if you have any questions and stuff, and upload every single thing in your application. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. Answer the questions to the best of your abilities. Make sure that the responses meet your qualifications and that you're eligible to perform, that position, the duties of that position. So, again, I don't know if anybody's finding value in this. I mean, see people viewing and stuff, and but if nobody's commenting or saying anything or asking questions, then I don't know what other information that I can provide. But before I leave, I want to make sure that I reiterate that there are several authorities that the hiring managers can use. So you can search on usajobs for these authorities. There's a way for you to look on usajobs. I don't know if I may need to go on usajobs, but then again, I don't know, because I don't want to do anything or say anything at a level that anyone thinks that I'm diminishing their abilities, or what they know, or whatever the case may be. So just let me know what you guys want to know, and then once I think of something and stuff, I'll come back out and put it out. I think I definitely need to speak more about the resumes, the type of resumes that I've seen, and how you guys can improve the resumes. And if you guys need to reach out to someone to help you guys write your resumes, do that, because that can determine whether or not you get the position. And whatever you can do to increase your chances of getting the positions, I would definitely say do it. Now, you may think, oh, well, I shouldn't be paying this, or why am I paying that much, or why these people think, they can charge that much or whatever for the position, for, the resume. If you get their assistance and you paid and you were able to get hired for the position, that one-time fee that you paid, I think, is pennies in comparison to how much you would be making when you are actually hired, and that you're getting paid, bi-weekly and stuff in the federal government. You're collecting, your paid leaves and stuff, all the holidays, the benefit that you get with applying for insurance, and all these different things, job security. I think the fee that you're paying in comparison to what you're going to be earning is pennies. So if you need to reach out and stuff to me, to anyone who can help you write your resume and stuff, then I would definitely say do that. In fact, when I first started, because I was like, why am I not getting anything? Remember, I told y'all, I don't know if anybody remembers, or if this is the first time you're watching my videos and stuff, that I went to a career counselor at the VA. Oh, thank God I didn't have to pay for it because I'm a veteran and stuff. But I'm sure if it was on the outside, he would have been charging me an arm and a leg, which I would have thought, because I don't have a job, I don't have this, I don't have that. So whatever I pay is going to be too much and stuff. But if you really think about it, in comparison to me actually getting the job and stuff. So I went to a career counselor. He helped me, formulate my resume, to write my resume, to help me see what it is that I'm missing. Help me see that I'm not putting enough in my resume. I'm leaving it to HR to determine what I'm saying. So he let me see all those things. So yeah, if you need to reach out for help and stuff, reach out to me and stuff. I'll set up something, so give you some one-on-one time, and you can ask me all the questions and stuff. If it's for resume writing and stuff, we'll try to focus on what help you need and stuff, what services that you think you need and stuff. And if you need something else, then you can always come back and stuff. But yeah, definitely let me know, guys. I mean, if nobody says anything, I won't know. So I'll just be coming back here talking about things that I think you guys will find value in. But then again, if you guys don't find value in it, and then you guys aren't able to get into the federal government, then hey, you have a platform where you can ask generalized questions and stuff. And you also have a platform where you guys can reach out to me for one-on-one counseling, one-on-one coaching, one-on-one services and stuff. And if not reaching out to me, find someone who knows the federal government, who's worked in the federal government, who knows the ins and outs of the federal government, who knows what we've been looking for, I've been looking for when I've reviewed resumes, what the hiring managers, and I've worked with several different hiring managers and stuff, and some I've had to have them understand that, if the qualifications are not on the resume, if the applicant does not meet the specialized experience, then we can't push them forward, even if they think that this person is better than, sliced bread or whatever, comparison and stuff. If it's not there, we can't make it up, and we can't allow the hiring manager to, force our hands, because if that was to happen and somebody comes back and filed a grievance and stuff, there would be the applicant would be more in their right to file that grievance and stuff. And it'll be awful to see, an agency that has been practicing prohibited personnel practice or unfair, hiring authorities, providing unfair hiring authorities, and all that is violating all types of laws. And so yeah, you won't find an agency that's going to do that and stuff. So if you know a hiring manager, or you think you're going to get the hookup, or whatever the case may be, make sure you help that person hook you up by completing everything the way you're supposed to complete it. Your resume, your application, uploading your documents, everything. So again, I said this video was going to be short, but when I start talking and stuff, like I said, if nobody's saying anything, I won't know what you guys really need and stuff. So let me know, like and subscribe, click the notification bell, so once I do upload something, then you guys will be able to get it firsthand, or get to hear and stuff. And hopefully whatever I've provided, or that I am going to provide in the future, regardless if you guys comment, or maybe you guys don't know what to write, just say that too. I mean, I don't know what else, but yeah, let me know what you guys are interested in hearing and learning and stuff. And again, this is your girl Genevieve, your personal unpaid career coach when I'm on YouTube. However, if you need specialized or personalized assistance, reach out to me. Okay, see y'all later. Bye.